Hello, everyone. Luis Concepcion here from Strategic Profit Line Trading, coming to you with the plan of the week for week number 47. Here's our agenda. I'll cover a brief overview of the news, provide a market overview of the indices, and we got 94 companies reporting earnings this week. Interesting that earnings season is dying down, and people might think that the market is going to slow down because it is a Thanksgiving week holiday. However, they might catch everybody not paying attention, as it's interesting how the news is going to break down this week. Here's week 46 results. We had 23 zones provided. We went 4 and 2. No entry went at 11 for 11 in progress. If you want to look at those this week, you got AS, Target, and SQM, and nothing closed in our zones on Friday. Here's the earnings outlook for the week. Again, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday is pretty much where the earnings are going to occur. Thursday, the market is closed due to the Thanksgiving holiday. So wishing everybody a happy Thanksgiving. And you may want to take Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday off. Now, went ahead and updated the trades for this week, bringing our totals to 104 and 16 on the year. Oh, transitioning to the news, as you can see, there's nothing happening on Sunday. Moving on to Monday morning, nothing impacting the U.S. markets. However, the Canadian dollar will be affected after hours. Well, should I not say after hours, but early in the morning. So be mindful of that. As you can see, POTUS is tentative scheduled to speak at the moment. But again, that's going to be after the market. So whatever he says will impact us on Tuesday morning. So moving on to Tuesday morning, or should I say the E hours of the night, pay attention if you want to. Well, I wouldn't say pay attention. If you want to pay to the attention to his commentary after the market to see what happens in futures, pay attention to that because this is very interesting. As you can see, last week they released the September unemployment claims. So this week, what they're trying to do is release the September unemployment claims. But look at the time they're doing it. They're doing it at midnight. So I find that very interesting that they're doing this in the wee hours of the night to release this report and information. And then that will probably have an impact on Wednesday morning. British pound having CPI and Australian dollar after the market on Tuesday. We will see what happens at the open on Tuesday with this unemployment claim. And the reason they're doing that is I believe on Friday they're trying to catch up and release the unemployment claims for November. So Wednesday we have FOMC meeting, and that should be Jerome Powell providing guidance for next month. Um, on rate cuts. And as you can see, POTUS is tentatively scheduled to speak again on Wednesday before the holiday. So we have him possibly on Monday, possibly on Wednesday, and we have a jobs report that's being released Tuesday in the E hours of the night. So very, very interesting on whether or not this is going to be a holiday where they try to manipulate these markets a little bit more. So on Thursday, we have again, they'll catch up with the unemployment claims for November report. We have non-farm employment exchange, and all these reports will be released on Thanksgiving with the market closed. So we should have some volatility on Friday, reacting to all those reports. And then finally on Friday, you can see the euro has several reports being released. So for those of you trading futures and forex, be mindful of that, as does the British pound. And then we got PMI 15 minutes after the open. However, not only do we have these reports, we will be anticipating what happens to the reports that happen over the holiday on Thanksgiving. So very interesting week for the news. So be mindful of the impacts that that may or may not have on the markets and your trades. All right, moving into the chart, starting with the SPX. As you can see, we literally came down to our level on Friday. That was the 65.18 to 64.76, and we had a nice bounce from that. You can see that the market has transitioned and we have started falling in post NVIDIA earnings, have positive earnings, but we had a drop. Um, And the dynamic of the market has shifted. It's been a long time since as we have said that there is no supply. However, there is supply in the markets now. Now that supply being 6885.76 to 6919 in the SPX, and on the demand side 6518 to 6476. In the event that this level does not hold again, your next level is going to be at 6416 to 6360 on the demand side. Moving on to the NASDAQ. NASDAQ held this level as well. Um, However, the NASDAQ is a little bit weaker at the moment than the S&P 500 or the SPX. This level is still intact, 23,877.55 to 23,668.99. In the event we lose this level for whatever reason, the next level I have for you is going to be at 22,715 to 22,381. So we will see if this level holds and gives us our holiday bullish market or a Christmas rally. That's still yet to be seen. A lot of news has to report this week to catch up with the economic events that are pending. With that being said, on the supply side, 25,409.71 to 25,707. Moving on to the Dow Jones or the DIA, you can see the DIA still has room to run to the downside. That's going to be 453.84 to 450.15 on the demand side. Now, the Dow Jones looking a little bit weaker and providing a structure here on the supply side, 470.62 to 474.34. Then moving on to the almighty rut. The rut didn't make it to its demand zone. That demand zone that I have for you is 2275.75 to 2252.68, with a subsequent level at 2236.46 to 2200. Now, as you can see, the rut showing a little bit more weakness than the other two markets because it has two supply zones already. First supply zone being 2449.83 to 2478.71. Now, moving on to earnings for the week. The first company I have for you is Corporation American Airports. That ticker symbol being CAAP. They do report Monday morning at the open. There is no supply in this company. However, on the demand side, I have you at 1819 to 1733. Next company I have for you moving on to Monday after the close. Ticker symbol SYM. Demand zone 3410 to 3065. Supply zone 7298 to 7933. This company being Symbotic. Next company I have for you is Zoom, ticker symbol ZM. Zoom's been holding our levels all year, pretty much just bouncing from these two levels. On the demand side, 6803 to 6445. On the supply side, 8559 to 8897. For those of you who are more aggressive, you can go ahead and consider this level right here, that level being 7386 to 7110. Next company I have for you is Keysight, ticker symbol Keys, KEYS. On the demand side, 148.87 to 144.48. And on the supply side, 205.15 to 209.20. Next company I have for you is Agent Technologies, ticker symbol A. On the demand side, 121.72 to 116.89, and on the supply side, 170.58 to 179.53. Next company I have for you and transitioning to Tuesday morning is going to be Alibaba, ticker symbol BABA. Level's been holding pretty steady in this company as well for us. On the supply side, 190.17 to 203.33. On the demand side, 135.91 to 129.85. In the event of an overshoot, you have a subsequent level here at 122.49 to 112.98. Next company I have for you is Abercrombie and Fish, ticker symbol ANF. Same thing here. Our level's been holding all year. You got a 6402 to 5715 on the demand side with a subsequent level at 55.78 to 4891. And on the supply side, 99.52 to 105.82. Next company I have for you is Analog Devices, ticker symbol ADI. No supply here. On the demand side, 199.29 to 193.58. And then a subsequent level at 179.10 to 170.20. Next company I have for you is Best Buy, ticker symbol BBY. On the supply side, 88.57 to 91.65. On the demand side, 46.72 to 41.87. Next company I have for you is Burlington Coat Factory, ticker symbol BURL. Burlington Coat Factory is pretty strong here, trading at 296, no supply. First demand level I have for you is 256.70 to 246.22. Next company I have for you is ticker symbol AMTM. Can't pronounce this company's name, so I'm not going to butcher it. No supply. On the demand side, 19.15 to 18 flat. Moving on to Tuesday afternoon. First company I have for you is Dell, ticker symbol DELL. On the supply side, 169.77 to 180.40. On the demand side, 114.52 to 106.18 with a subsequent level at 95.96 to 92.10. Next company is Workday, ticker symbol WDAY. On the supply side, 267.50 to 276. On the demand side, 198.92 to 190.87. Next company I have for you is Zscaler, ticker symbol ZS. On the demand side, 255.70 to 247.30. In the event of an overshoot, you have another level here at 235.20 to 225.81. On the supply side, 352.06 to 375.65. Next company I have for you is Autodesk, ticker symbol ADSK. On the supply side, 322.63 to 345.23. And on the demand side, 211.99 to 195.11. Next company I have for you is Urban Outfitters, ticker symbol URBN. No supply. On the demand side, 48.79 to 45.90. Moving on to Wednesday morning, John Deere has earnings. Be mindful, this is a little bit aggressive zone, 506.41 to 535, playing the all-time highs here and a gap. And on the demand side, 380.89 to 370.39. Be cognizant of all the news that's happening after hours and before hours this week. And that's going to do it for the charts. Now, if you could do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button, feel free to follow me on social media. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to email me. Go check out the website for upcoming classes. And until next time, happy trading, and I wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving.